This singer's modest baritone is just as comfortable with country and R&B styles. During the late 60s, this vocalist successfully combined the two genres, transforming Nashville songs into a soulful sound and having success time and time again. The centerpiece of today's video is all about Joe Simon. Now before we start, let's be sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and push the notification bell to be sure you won't miss on any more uploads. Now without further ado, let's cue that intro. Born on September 7th, 1936 in Summerport, Louisiana, Simon began his singing career in his father's Baptist church. Now by his own admission, Simon did all in his power to avoid working in the fields when he was younger, even though his parents did everything in their power to get him out in the fields to earn a few pennies. Simon was adamant about avoiding the back-breaking labor in the fields. It was perhaps his church affiliation and his desire to avoid working in the fields that led him to pursue a singing career full-time in the late 50s. Simon became heavily influenced by vocalists such as Sam Cooke and Arthur Prysock. Around this time, his family moved to Richmond, California, where he joined a local gospel group called the Golden West Gospel Singers. In 1959, the group decided to turn secular, where they signed with Hush Records and changed their names to the Golden Tones. That same year, they recorded the single Little Island Girl. Now, Simon stood out so much that the label owners Gary and Carla Thompson urged Simon to record on his own. He decided to follow their advice and released the singles It's a Miracle,
It's So Heavenly, If you don't believe,
The Pledge,
get ready to go, because tonight we'll take the pledge.
Trouble,
That is why
I Keep Remembering,
oh, because I need you by my side.
and Just Like Yesterday.
Seemed like only yesterday, but I wonder will they be the same?
In 1964, Simon scored a minor hit on VJ Records called My Adorable One.
You are dream beyond compare.
He scored again in 1965 with the single Let's Do It Over.
Looking back over those happy days.
Simon soon found himself performing around the country and singing to make ends meet due to VJ Records folding shortly after the release of the song. Simon soon caught the eye of Nashville DJ John Richburg, who became his manager and producer. He bought him the Soundstage 7 Records in 1966. That same year, he released the singles Too Many Teardrops,
My friend, life away, but they're wrong.
and A Teenage Prayer.
I'll explain it to you.
That same year, his debut album was released called Simon Pure Soul. Within the next 2 years, Simon released a string of hits such as My Special Prayer,
And I said no special prayer.
Put Your Trust in Me,
You can depend on me, oh, yeah.
9 Pound Steel,
Oh, when I should have stood up like a man. You see, I've got
No Sad Songs,
you put love where there used to be great. Honey, I love you for me.
Hanging On,
Thrill me and control me. Just
Message for Maria,
Like the raven, she said, never, never know.
I Worry About You,
I worry about you.
and Looking Back.
I never make that same mistake again.
That same year, Simon released 2 albums with No Sad Songs, that peaked at number 22 on the Billboard Top R&B Album Charts, and Simon Sings, that peaked at number 41 on the Billboard Top R&B Album Charts. That very next year, Simon released charted singles The Choking Kind,
Oh yeah, your love scares.
In 1970, Simon won a Grammy for Best Male R&B Vocal Performance, followed by hits Don't Be Looking in My Mind, San Francisco Is a Lonely Town, It's Hard to Get Along,
The feeling. Oh yeah.
and Moonwalk.
I can't stop myself from loving you.
Followed by albums The Choking Kind, that peaked at number 81 on the Billboard 200 charts and number 18 on the Billboard Top R&B Albums charts, and Joe Simon, Better Than Ever, that peaked at 192 on the Billboard 200 charts. Now, under the advice of his manager, Simon made a move to Spring Records. And in 1970, he released the charted singles Further Down the Road,
Oh yeah. When I think back
Your Love,
from my soul, oh, be yours, love.
That's the Only Way I Want Our Love,
That's the way. That's the way I want our love to be.
and Your Time to Cry.
I gave up the right for the wrong.
That next year, he released the singles Help Me Make It Through the Night,
Till the early morning light.
To Lay Down Beside You,
Your body close to mine.
You're the One for Me,
You are the one. You're the only
All My Hard Times,
one I love. I've been hurt and I've been scorned. Sometimes
Georgia Blue,
when you ask me, how are you now?
and Drowning in the Sea of Love.
But now I'm drowning in the sea of love.
Followed by album The Sounds of Simon, which peaked at 153 on the Billboard 200 charts and number 9 on the Billboard Top R&B Album charts. In 1972, Simon released the charted singles Pool of Bad Luck,
Like it's always raining when I hang my heart.
Power of Love,
Oh, when you kiss me, it burns to my soul. 7 days.
Misty Blue,
Just the thought of you.
Trouble in My Home,
I got home today.
and I Found My Dad.
People pass, some will stand.
These singles was followed by the album Drowning in the Sea of Love, which peaked at number 71 on the Billboard 200 charts and number 11 on the Billboard Top R&B Albums charts. Now during this time, the label paired Simon up with the legendary duo of Gamble and Huff, where they wrote 2 songs for him, which was Drowning in the Sea of Love and Power Love. Both songs sold over 1 million copies, earning him a gold disc by the RIAA. In 1973, Simon's success escalated with his writing and producing of the theme for the film Cleopatra Jones.
Baby, you want
That same year, he released 2 more charted singles, Step by Step
step by step. Oh, got to get to
and River.
oh, in the middle of time. Oh yeah.
Also that same year, he released 2 charted albums with The Power of Joe Simon, that peaked at number 97 on the Billboard 200 charts and number 15 on the Billboard Top R&B Albums charts, and Simon Country, that peaked at 208 on the Billboard 200 charts and number 51 on the Billboard Top R&B Albums charts. The remainder of the 70s, Simon released charted singles, Carry Me,
In a hard time, I'm not gonna worry about it. Oh,
The Best Time of My Life,
I know I'm as happy as a man can be. Happy.
Get Down, Music in My Bones,
But my body's shaking all over and I'm grooving with the beat now.
I Need You, You Need Me,
I wake up every morning.
Come Get to This, Easy to Love,
You know how to please me with your love. Oh, baby.
You Didn't Have to Play No Games, One Step at a Time,
I sure wanna know, yeah.
For Your Love,
Whenever last hope was gone, for your love,
I Owe You,
oh baby, don't make me no.
Love Vibration, Going Through These Changes, and I Want to Taste Your Love. Followed by charted albums, Mood, Heart, and Soul, that peaked at number 44 on the Billboard Top R&B Albums charts. Get Down, that peaked at 129 on the Billboard 200 charts and number 10 on the Billboard Top R&B Albums charts. Today, that peaked at number 35 on the Billboard Top R&B Albums charts. Easy to Love, that peaked at number 56 on the Billboard Top R&B Albums charts, and Love Vibrations, that peaked at number 34 on the Billboard Top R&B Albums charts. Now, Simon made the decision to give up secular music to devote his voice and himself to Christianity in the late 70s and early 80s. Simon started preaching in Flossmoor, Illinois, as in evangelical. He produced Lay My Burden Down, the 1983 album for Jackie Verdell, who was the former lead singer of the Davis Sisters. With his Mr. Right album in 1985, Simon made a brief comeback to secular music, with none of his singles making it onto the charts. Later, in the late 90s, he released a gospel album, This Story Must Be Told. In 1999, Simon was inducted into the Rhythm and Blues Foundation Hall of Fame. On December 13, 2021, Simon passed away due to breathing problems in an ambulance en route to the hospital. He was only 85 years old. Now, before we go, I have a question for you all. What is your favorite song from Joe Simon?